What's up, everybody? This is Jose Gagnon, the Random Guy 75 here again today. And we are now on episode 15, which is Toby's TightRope. And like I said, we'll be seeing Mavis here again, right away, because she's also in this episode as well. So I hope you all enjoy. We're going to get rolling into this episode right away. And we're going to get the things going. You already know how the things go. Yeah. Here we go now. Woo!
Percy arrived at the quarry to collect some stone for his trucks. Snow and frost lay everywhere. There was not a sound to be heard. Percy ventured further. He found Mavis, the new diesel engine, resting in the shelter of some rocks. "Cheer up, Mavis," he whistled. Mavis was still remembering the trouble she'd had with trucks. "Manager says I don't listen to advice. He says I've no business jauntering down Toby's line. Toby's a fusspot." "Toby has forgotten more about trucks than you will ever know," replied Percy. "You must put the trucks where he wants them. Then you'll be a really useful engine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to take these stones to the harbour." Mavis liked Percy, but she still wouldn't listen to his advice. "Why shouldn't I go on Toby's line?"
Her manager is right. After, the thing that happened to her in the last episode where she, got stuck at on the little hill before the lane. She wasn't really listening to advice. She just, decided to, just stop wherever she wanted to. And, she shouldn't have, gone without, asking permission from Sir Topham Hatt or, her manager as well after going down Toby's line. So, her manager is right. She's just complaining because, she's just I didn't do anything wrong. I don't know why, the manager's yelling at me. I was just trying to, just bring the truck so that way I can get, keep myself busy and, not have to deal with Toby pretty much. Oh man, but later on in this episode she'll learn, to get along with Toby and they'll be happy and stuff. Later on, towards the very end.
The siding arrangements were awkward. To put the trucks where Toby wanted them, Mavis had to make several journeys. She started making a plan. "If we use the teeniest bit of Toby's line, we would save all this bother." Her driver, suspecting nothing, allowed them to go as far as the first level crossing. A few days later, the weather changed. As the snow melted, the quarry grew busy again. Some trains were so long that Mavis had to go beyond the level crossing. Now for her plan. She would go further down the line without it seeming her fault. "Can you keep a secret?" she asked the trucks. Yes, they chattered. "Will you bump me at the level crossing and tell no one I asked you?" The trucks promised. But whilst Mavis was away, Toby arrived. He decided to shunt the trucks himself.
Now basically her plan's gonna backfire because she wanted them to push her. And now that Toby's here and she's busy doing something else, the trucks are gonna, want to push Toby instead. Because since they were promised to push somebody, so they're just oh, since Mavis isn't around, we're just gonna, push Toby instead. And there's gonna be something really interesting that's about to be happening in this episode pretty soon when the trucks go to push Toby.
The trucks decided to bump him anyway. They reached the level crossing and Toby's brakes came on. This was the signal for the trucks. On, they yelled. Toby was away with the trucks screaming and yelling behind him. No one realized that melted snow had turned a stream into a torrent and the bridge above it was about to collapse. The rails were now like a tightrope across the thundering water. "Stop! Stop!" cried Toby. His driver fought for control. They came nearer and nearer to the bridge.
Now the thing that's going to be very unbelievable, in this scene is when Toby gets on the bridge. He's still going to be, hanging on the rails. Like, he won't, he's not going to fall off the bridge at all, which is kind of unbelievable, especially because he's carrying, trucks that are filled with stone. And, since the stone is heavy, I'm surprised, the bridge, being how old it is, that it didn't collapse with all the weight that's on it. Somehow Toby and the trucks just hang on the bridge somehow, and they don't, fall into the river at all, which is pretty crazy. Like I said, it's so unbelievable. I just can't believe it, man. But then again, this is a little cartoon, so that's why the trains don't fall or anything super duper bad happens to them. It's just super crazy, man. I just can't believe it.
The driver braked hard. Toby stopped, still on the rails, but with his wheels treading the tightrope over the abyss. Mavis was horrified and quickly came to the rescue. Workmen anchored Toby with chains while she pulled the trucks away. Then she helped Toby to safety. "I'm sorry about the trucks," said Mavis. "I can't think how you managed to stop them in time." "Oh, well," said Toby, "my driver told me about circus people who walk tightropes, but I just didn't fancy doing it myself." Later, the Fat Controller arrived. "A very smart piece of work," he said. "Mavis, you did well too, I hear."
Now she thinks that she's going to get into problems because she thinks that the boss man's going to hear about how, she wanted the trucks to push her, and they ended up pushing Toby instead. But he basically came to see her, because of the good news he heard, how she saved Toby, basically, from falling off the bridge. So she's gonna be in for a big surprise right now.
It was my fault about those trucks, sir," she faltered. "But if I could..." "Could what?" "Come down the line sometimes, sir. Toby says he'll show me what to do." "Certainly," replied the Fat Controller, "if your manager agrees." And so it was arranged. Now Mavis is as happy as can be, and the Fat Controller thinks she's
Now she's a lot happier because she gets to go, a little further down the line instead of just hanging out at the quarry all the time. That's basically why she made her plan, was because she wanted to go a little bit further and, see the route a little bit. Because, always being in the same place, it makes you go bananas pretty much. So she wanted to, just check it out. Check out, the scenery and stuff a little bit. See what it looks like. But that was episode 15 for Everything Wrong with Thomas the Train Commentaries. We're going to be seeing you next Friday again for episodes 16 and 17. So we're going to get the greatness, have the happy times. You already know that things go, man. And we will see you all tomorrow as well. I'll be making another video of me playing my Mario Bowser's Fury game. So look forward to that as well. So we will see you tomorrow. And then also, of course, next Friday, continuing on with the Thomas the Train Commentaries. Yeah, man. You already know. Woo!